The story begins in 1850s California amidst the chaos of the gold rush. In a dusty mining town called Paradise, a rowdy crowd of men gathers for a lottery. They aren't betting on gold, but on a woman. The prize is Angel, a woman whose beauty is legendary and whose body is the town's most coveted commodity. The men cheer as the winning number is called, treating her like livestock to be won for an hour of pleasure. But before she was Angel, she was Sarah. We flash back to her childhood, a time of innocence shattered by betrayal. Young Sarah picks blue flowers for her father, Alex Stafford, a wealthy man who keeps Sarah and her mother, May, as a secret second family. When Alex arrives, he is cold and cruel. He dismisses Sarah's gift of flowers and rejects her completely, telling May that Sarah should never have existed. He abandons them, leaving them destitute. May tries to shield Sarah from the pain, promising that he might return, but deep down, the abandonment takes root. Her friend wakes her up from the dream for a break, and each of the girls shares the story of how they ended up in this situation beside Sarah. Years later, back in Paradise, a farmer named Michael Hosea enters the town. Michael is different from the other men. He isn't looking for gold or a quick thrill. He is looking for a partner. He prays to God for a wife, asking for a sign. As he walks down the street, he sees Angel. She is walking through the town, guarded by men, looking hollow and distant. For Michael, it is divine intervention. He feels an immediate calling that this broken woman is the one he is meant to marry. Tragedy strikes again in the past when May and Angel try to leave the country. They struggle to cover the financial costs, and the dealer proposes that May can pay for it in another way. May agrees with the deal, and now she has to be available for any man that he asks for. After a while, May falls sick and can't take it anymore. May dies, leaving Sarah an orphan. With no one to protect her in the present, her manager confronts her for trying to be smart when she refuses to sleep with another man, and he throws her in the water as punishment. Soon, a lady arrives to set her free before slapping her for a sharp response. Michael learns about the lottery system and the Duchess, the madam who runs the brothel. Undeterred, he pays for Angel's time, but to talk. Angel is confused and hostile. She is used to being used, not known. Michael tells her his name and his intentions. "I'm gonna marry you." Angel laughs him off, telling him he's wasting his time and gold dust. She tries to seduce him to get it over with, but Michael refuses to touch her until it means something. He leaves, but he promises to return. The cycle continues. Michael returns again and again, paying for her time just to talk, planting seeds of a different life, a life of color, warmth, and light on his farm. Angel remains cynical, pushing him away with insults and coldness. She tells him she feels absolutely nothing for him, but her situation at the brothel worsens. The time is up and forces Michael to leave the room. Later, he tells his friend about her, but his friend doesn't like the situation, so he tells Michael to go back to his farm. Back in the house, the Duchess asks Angel to know who the boy is, but she has no interest in talking about him and tells them they can have him later that night. A friend of hers grabs him, telling him that Angel doesn't like him and wants him to go with her instead, but he refuses the offer. He goes to Angel and tells her about what the friend said, telling her that he is leaving the town. He grabs her neck and kisses her, but stops to make her aware he won't do anything until she is all his. She lashes out, saying she doesn't have any feelings for him and he is just a farmer, so he rushes out. In the past, Angel went with the dealer to a place to exchange her for $1. Soon the boss found him in his office, drinking his brandy. The boss didn't like his attitude and took him out in front of her, forcing her to see him pour the drink over his body, and then he named her Angel. She grew up in his house until she finally became a young woman and was introduced to Alex, who is her father, not knowing she is his daughter. He slept with her and shot himself when he found out the truth. Then she ran out of the house to finally end up like her mother, sleeping with a man to get some money. But that was also not enough. Her friend beat her up and took all her money. In the present, she confronts the boss to leave, saying she has had enough of this and wants a better life and to get married. But the boss laughs at her for saying this, as she doesn't know how to cook or make a man happy other than sleeping with them. He admits he feeds her and gives her a better life and food. But Angel gets furious, saying that he didn't give her anything beside oats in the morning and makes her sleep with a bunch of men so she can have this fancy life. The Duchess grabs her, reminding her where she came from and that she makes her a princess, saying she can take it all away. Angel breaks down. She only wants to go away from this place. The Duchess then tells her that she can leave after paying her debt. She is confused, but goes with the security. A cruel taskmaster, the boss beats Angel for her attitude and reminds her she is nothing more than a piece of property, beating Angel nearly to death for defying him. At the same time, Michael wakes up from a dream and rushes to the town, finding her after the beating. He doesn't see a prostitute. He sees the woman he loves. He offers her a way out, pays her debt, and asks her to marry him, promising he will take her away. Angel, desperate and in pain, finally agrees, not out of love, but out of necessity. She wakes up in his home, her face beaten. He arrives and gives her some clothes to wear. She hands him the ring that he gave her that belongs to his mother, saying she won't be here for too long because marriage is a prison, but she puts it beside her. 3 weeks later, her face is normal, and she is arguing with the dog not to follow her as she tries to go back to the place. When Michael returns home, he can't find her, so he rushes out with his horse and meets her. She immediately lashes out, telling him not to follow. He then hands her water and a blanket and points out her choice. She can go or come back, letting her know it is her choice. By the night she comes back home, he gives her food to eat and washes her feet. She tries to pay him back with her body, but he refuses. In the morning, she has made up her mind to play along with the wife things and learns how to take an egg from a chicken, how to cook chicken, and even how to catch a fish. But it is hard when trying to chop wood with an axe, and she almost hurts herself. Later that night, she still tries to pay him as a favor, but he refuses. Later she is awakened by a dream, but it is him trying to wake her up, and they go to the hill to see the sun as it rises. There he asks her to give him a chance to be with her. Later, he may kiss the bride, and they have fun together. The fragile peace is shattered by the arrival of Paul, Michael's brother. Paul is judgmental and horrified to find a notorious prostitute living in his brother's home. Michael tells him that he is married and introduces her to his brother. But Paul remembers her as soon as he sees her. He confronts her, saying Michael is a good guy and doesn't deserve a girl like her. He then warns Michael, saying that Angel is using him and has been with thousands of men and refuses to accept her as family. Michael punches him in the face, telling him he has to love her. Then Michael admits to Angel that he wants a family and children with her. By night, she has a dream about the abortion that she had in the past, puts down her rings, and goes with his brother, trying to leave him. On the road, he encounters a self-sabotaging offer of her body in exchange for a ride to the city. It is a brutal relapse into her old survival mode. Paul, though tempted, takes her part of the way but ultimately leaves her as they get close to the city, ashamed to be seen with her. Angel returns to the city but finds the motel has been burned while all the people were inside, and a man takes her to his hotel and proposes a new business of making her free for him and splitting 50-50 on every bit of money that she gets. She has changed, and the life she left no longer fits. Yet she feels she cannot return to Michael. Michael discovers she is gone and warns his brother to go before he kills him and rushes to her. He finds her in the brothel, in the middle of it, takes out the man, grabs her hand, and fights his way out, but she is lost and broken. He doesn't scream or hit her. He simply tells her he loves her and brings her home. Now she is broken, trying to wash it off with a stone. He grabs her and forgives her completely, an act of grace that stuns Angel. Back at the farm, they try again. This time the bond deepens. Angel begins to trust him and catches a fish, finally. One day, they spot people on the road. A closer look tells them the woman is having a baby, and they help them and go to their house. Angel shares the story of how they met and finds a friend for herself. Later, Michael tells her that his brother came and asked for apologies, and he forgives him that night. Their friends announce they named their baby Michael, and they are staying there. But the demons aren't done. Angel talks about Miriam, saying they might be a good match, and reveals her darkest secret to Michael. She cannot have children. She tells him about a forced abortion she endured years ago at the hands of Duke, which left her barren. She believes this makes her unworthy of Michael, who dreams of a family. Consumed by guilt and the belief that she is denying Michael his future, she runs away a second time. She leaves a note and flees to the city, intending to disappear so Michael can find a decent girl to give him children. In the city, she offers to be hired in a hotel and gets accepted, but soon her past catches up with her. She is recognized by Duke, her old tormentor. He burns the hotel. Meanwhile, back in the house, Michael is struggling with whether to follow her or not. Soon Duke captures her, dragging her back into the darkness. In his bedroom, she sees a little girl, remembering her old self. He kisses her and prepares to put her on stage again. But Angel is no longer the scared little girl. She sees Duke abusing other young girls, just as he did to her. Something snaps. She realizes she cannot just survive. She has to fight. She publicly exposes Duke's crimes to the town, rallying the other women and the men of the town against him. A riot ensues. He pushes her down from the stage, gets into a room, and tries to kill her. But a mysterious man saves her. She picks up the kids and fights her way out. The people turn on Duke and hang him in a public place. Angel, now free from the brothel but believing she has no place with Michael, wanders to a shelter in San Francisco. She reclaims her birth name, Sarah, and starts a new life helping other women. She works in a home for the destitute, finding purpose in service. His brother Paul finds her and tells her that Michael is still waiting for her. He asks for forgiveness and leaves a note to meet him in the morning to go with him. By morning he waits, but she doesn't come. Back at the farm, Paul meets with his wife, and she asks him if he has found her. He admits to her, and back to Michael, that while working on his fields, he failed to bring her back. She arrives at the farm as the sun is setting. Michael is working in the fields. He looks up and sees her walking towards him. It is a mirror of the first time he saw her in town, but now she is free. She walks up to him, tears in her eyes. "My real name is Sarah," she tells him, offering him the only thing she has left, her true self. She apologizes for the pain she caused him and tells him she loves him. Michael embraces her, whispering, "Welcome home, Sarah. I've always loved you." The film ends with a montage of their life together. We see them by the river, and she is pregnant, trying to catch fish with a boy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. See you soon.